Welcome back to Leah's Jewelry and Gems. I'm Leah. Today I'm going to be making project 4 that I have planned for Rainforest Relics, which is the July bargain bead box. So I'm going to be using this small pendant as my focal for this necklace that we're making today. So this will be my focal. It's just so cute and dainty, and I really like that. So that's going to be our focal today. And then we're going to mix in these synthetic turquoise rondelle beads. We're going to use this strand. We're going to use these orange spacer beads as well. So I think it's a beautiful contrast between the turquoise and the orange. So we'll use those. And then I'm also going to use some of these leaves that came in. They either came in the box or the value bundle. I'm not sure which one off the top of my head, but we're going to be using these as well, just to give a nice contrasting color. And then I'm going to be using I don't have many clasps that will match this pendant. So I found my super magnets, which are these I have the tiny ones and I have the large ones. This is the tiny ones. So these are really tiny, small super magnets, and they are very strong. And I love this. So this is going to go well with this project, with both of the metals that are in this project. So I'm going to be using this small super magnet as my closure for this necklace. And I'm going to be stringing this. And I think I'm going to use, yeah, I'm going to use the metallic from Soft Flex. You won't see it a lot of the times, but in case you have gaps, I like to use something that sort of matches your project. So I'm going to be using this antique brass from Soft Flex. This is a medium. So I'm just going to pull some out. I'm not going to cut it off with a spool yet because I don't know exactly how long I want this to be. So I'm just going to pull some out and leave it connected. So let's get this strand opened. This is going to be a very straightforward project today. If we can keep our beads where we want them and not send them flying all over my desk. There we go. You've had a good day if you sent your beads flying at least a few times during your project. Okay, so I just want to see what I want around my focal, whether I want the orange up next to it or if I want the turquoise up next to it. So I'm just going to take a look and see. I definitely want the turquoise next to the pendant. So let's figure this out. If I want the turquoise here, how many do I want next to it? I think I like that. Like I said, this is going to be a straightforward project, just stringing. Nothing complicated today. Do I like that? Or do I want more turquoise before the orange? I think I'm going to do more turquoise before the orange. That's the nice thing about doing projects like this. They're very straightforward, but they can be done so many different ways. And that's what makes the pieces unique. I like that. So I'm doing 15 of the turquoise and then the orange or the leaf. Five more. So that's what I have so far. I really like that because you get the pop of the metal and as well as the pop of the orange to break things up. So I'm going to continue to just add these on this side and see how far I get. So all of your projects don't have to be overcomplicated. Nice simple project every now and then is great for your creative energy because it lets it just open up instead of being stagnant. I think I'm going to turn the leaf down here. So we have one going up and then one coming down. I like that. And right now, this is 5 3/4 inches long from the pendant to this leaf. So I'm gonna do a little bit more on this side and then I'll cut some wire and we'll go work on the other side. One more with the leaf in between. That is 8 3/4 inches. Yeah, one more section, I believe. And we'll see if I have enough beads for the other side. If not, it will be an asymmetric necklace, which I could always do. Okay. I like the look of that. Worst come to worst, we don't have enough of the beads and I just pull it off and we restring it. So let's cut the wire. I want to make sure I leave enough for crimping as well. More than enough wire. I'm going to put a bead stopper on this end just so I don't lose my beads, because that's never a fun thing after you spent so much time on a project. Six, 10, 15, and leave facing up. It's the first, just like that. I like that. So it looks like we may not have enough of the teal. So I'm gonna go work on this side, and if I don't have enough, we can pull from this side and then add orange up the back. Or do I want to add more orange in now? That's the one thing about working through your designs. You can always change your mind, even if one side is already half done, because as long as you haven't crimped, you're not wasting anything. You're just taking it off and restarting, which is the great thing about the design process. It evolves as you work your project. I like that. You know what? Let's see if I like the orange next to this leaf. I do. It's 15 and the leaf facing down. Okay, so we're going to change the pattern on the first side to match this pattern with the extra orange in and the orange around the leaf, which I forgot right here. And there's 15 here. That couldn't have worked out better. So we have that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections of teal on this side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. So let's take this off. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one will go on this side. Okay, so I'm just going to slide the sections off into piles. That way I know a full pile is how many I need for that section. And I'm going to add those orange beads in. So we're down to the first one. We'll add those extra orange in now. And then add this pattern back on. There's one missing from this one. So it's a good thing I had to take it back off. An orange, then the leaf, and another orange, then 15 more. Then the next set. And this leaf with the orange. So that's what we have for our pattern right now. Okay. So that's the pattern so far. And I'm going to add these last teal beads on this side. I'm gonna put the leaf on for now, but I may take it back off. I'm not sure if I want this right at the clasp. So I'll put it back on for now, and then I'll finish the last set on this side, and then we'll measure. Are we short? We may be short. If that's the case, then I'll shorten this teal section and add more orange into the back of the necklace. Maybe short on this one. Two, 4, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, there's only 14 here. So what I'll do, I really love this. What I'll do is I'll split this three. No, let's do 5 of the teal. Three more, and then the next 5. Just to add a little contrast to the back. I'm going to add this leaf on and measure it with it just to see how long it is before the clasp. Let me fix this side before we measure. Fine. Two, 4, 6, 8. I think I'm going to add 3 teal on each side, just so it ends on teal. Yeah, I like that. Let's measure this, see how long it is. So it is 20 inches before the clasp, approximately. So that is a good length for me. I like that length. And we're going to use the black oxidized soft flex crimps. These are the number 2 crimps, and that's the size that you need for the soft flex medium beading wire. Come out, crimp. I am going to, because this is a super magnet, I'm actually going to crimp directly onto the magnet because I don't have to worry about a jump ring opening and your clasp coming off. And I tend to direct connect with my magnets for that reason. Even though it's challenging to get your tool in here because the magnet wants to play with it while you're trying to work. So let's crimp this side. And your tool will be magnetized after you use it near a super magnet. Just know that that will happen. And I don't necessarily mind it because then when I go to drop jump rings, they won't disappear on me. So I'm just going to slide these back over. And I'm going to slide this down. See, it's not magnetized yet, but it will be the longer it stays near the magnet. Slide that down. Going to put on my crimp tube. Go through the other side. Back through the crimp tube and a few beads. I like to try to go through at least a few beads. That way the loop is straight and not sideways from pulling and holding the cord as you crimp. But you will get a slight gap when you do that just because of the angle that it's creating here. And I don't necessarily mind that. That's why I like using soft flex, because it's a colored wire and it can match your project very well. They have such a wide array of colors. So there we go. Get my crimper. First squish is always the easiest with the super magnet. Then you got to get the magnet out the way. I have to get the other crimper that Heather Ashton from TT Trinkets and Treasures sent me the link for, because sometimes I struggle to crimp well the first time with my magical crimper, and the other one, it is the same brand. It's cut differently. The shape of the head is cut differently. I'm gonna magnetize all my tools today apparently. So I will save this wire because I can make another project with that wire. But this is the necklace that I've created today. This beautiful teal and orange with the leaf accents and this beautiful dainty pendant. So thanks for watching and stay tuned to see what my next project is going to be.